Welcome to the Scottsdale Vibes Podcast. I'm Alicia Haygood. Well, Waste Management Open has officially ended. The city is kind of back to normal, but that just rolls us into the next event, which is spring training. So I'm very excited today to have the Cactus League on with us to talk more. But first, let's start with our favorite State Farm agent, Mr. Jeremy Mueller. Jeremy, you born and raised in Scottsdale. We talk about this all the time. Spring training is really what helped put Scottsdale on the maps back in the 60s with everything.
Yeah.
So talk about what this season means to you and what you're looking forward to when it comes to spring training.
100%. Wish I was better at baseball, right? But no, San Francisco Giants. I mean, that's in our backyard, and growing up, you were always Giants guys. And
Isn't that funny that like we have a great team, but we're still the Giants fan? You know, the Giants.
Well, that
team.
came after though.
Okay.
Diamondbacks came after.
Okay, so that's
So,
why.
Yeah, totally.
See,
So that's
history
why.
lesson.
So just, but yeah, I mean, Scottsdale Stadium. You've been to it. It's
Yeah.
beautiful what they've done there, and so it's an exciting time. It's definitely an exciting time.
We're done with the Open. We did Barrett Jackson. I know you have fun at both of those events. You, like me, we have matured, I'll say, and realized we don't need to go as many days as
Right.
before.
Right.
The weather was gorgeous this year. So did you ever get a chance to go out there and visit?
No.
And you're like, I'm fine with that this year.
The weather was very nice,
Yeah.
though, so it was good for tourism. We had a lot of out-of-town visitors this year.
Yeah.
And no, it feels good that we're getting back to normal a little bit, knowing that the craze of spring training is
Yeah.
coming. But spring training, again, is valley-wide. It's not just Scottsdale, whereas the Open is and Barrett Jackson are concentrated in Scottsdale.
Yeah,
So
that's fair.
we get to spread the traffic love a little bit to Mesa, Avondale, Glendale, Peoria, all of those.
Lucky us.
Yeah.
We'll take it.
Yeah.
Let's talk about some of those to be cautious when the roads are busier. We have more pedestrians, an influx of people in general. What are some things that we need to pay more attention to?
I would be aware, right? I mean, it's not the time to go have a couple glasses of wine in Old Town and drive home to North Scottsdale.
Right.
Like, it's too busy. And there are way too many people that don't know the rules of our road here, which, if you're listening to this and you're a native, you understand. If you're a visitor, I apologize, but yeah.
Say it. Don't cross the road unless it's time. Watch out for
The
everything.
left lane is supposed to go a little faster than the right.
I love it. Are you going to be catching any games this year?
I'm not sure yet. We've been very busy.
That's great.
So I'm dialed in, helping customers, helping Scottsdale. And, the idea of taking off at noon on a Wednesday, it probably isn't in the cards for me this
It's
year.
stressful sometimes,
Yeah,
right? I
totally.
get it. You can't have fun when you know there's
Right.
business to handle.
Days pre-cell phones were a lot easier to go to these things.
You can't separate. You're
No.
always on top of everything. I love it. Tell me one thing. Is there anything big that comes around this quarter? Are there good quarterly check-ins to do with our insurance? I know like that.
It's always a good check-in time, especially if you are going out of town for the summer. You want to get that done in spring. If you're here in the summer, we're here too, so we'd love to see you. But spring is a great time, especially if you're gone in the summer. You want to clean stuff up, make sure every building costs are up to speed, all that stuff before you leave. That would be great.
I love it. We were talking a little bit ago about fire mitigation is starting now. That's another thing that you and I have talked about in the past. Clean up your yard, your brush and everything to avoid that.
Yeah, it's interesting. So we're actually working with Scottsdale Fire, and they are all on top of it. I mean, they want Scottsdale to be so safe. They do not want the problems that we've had in other parts of the valley and in California. And so help them out. Mitigate your house. Clean up around it. Clean out the brushes. Thin your bushes, and then do that 5-foot clearing around your house, especially if you're on natural open space. And it just, if as a community, we love this area so much, we don't want to see it affected.
Listen, my neighbor this morning had the tree cutters out at 7:30. I'm not going to lie. And it took an hour for them to clean everything out. It didn't take long for it to be safe and clear again. So do what's needed.
Yeah, and it's nice, your rattlesnakes can't hide in it then because you clean it out.
Now you're talking my language.
Yeah, there you go.
I love it. Well, don't forget to check out Jeremy Mueller Insurance for all of your insurance needs. Life in Arizona moves fast, and getting stressed about insurance coverage is the last thing that you need. So give Jeremy Mueller Insurance a call. With over 25 years serving Scottsdale in 3 local offices, Jeremy and his team are never too busy for you. They know the area and have the know-how to help you with home, auto, life, and business insurance. So get that solid support and great service you deserve with Jeremy Mueller Insurance. You can get in touch with Jeremy at jeremymueller.com or give him a call at 480-515-5223. Today's episode is one I've been looking forward to all year as it really puts Scottsdale on the map, and that is none other than spring training with the Cactus League. I'm excited to be joined by Jeff Meyer. He's a prominent Arizona business leader, longtime Scottsdale Charros member, and president of the Cactus League Baseball Association. Jeff served as president during a pivotal time for the league, helping oversee the organization that brings 15 Major League Baseball teams and fans from all over the country right here to the Valley each year. Beyond baseball, Jeff has been deeply involved in Scottsdale's civic and nonprofit community, making him the perfect person to talk about not just spring training, but what it truly means to be a steward, traditions that define Scottsdale's identity. So we're diving into how Cactus Leagues works, why Scottsdale plays such a key role in baseball, and what fans can look forward to as we head into another exciting season. So Jeff, welcome. I'm so excited to have you here. You really are. It's really funny because my parents were coming out to visit, and they're like, what is going on this week that we cannot get flights or hotels or anything anywhere near you? And I was like, spring training. You know, it's like now's the time where the nation really comes to Scottsdale. So let's start at the beginning. What is Cactus League, and how did it all begin to bring spring training here to the Valley?
Well, Cactus League has been in the Valley here since 1947, when at the time it was the Cleveland Indians, who are now the Guardians, and the Giants were the first two teams to play at Phoenix Municipal Stadium, which was down on Central Avenue in Phoenix. And over the years, it's grown to, we had 8 teams for a number of years, and I think 2010 was a year where we basically were up to 15 teams.
Oh, so really not that far not that long ago, I should say, that we really built up to 15 teams.
10 facilities, 15 teams, and used to be the month of March, and now we occupy the latter part of February, because the Major League moved the season up a week on us in March. But so that's one of the things that I think has been a little more challenging over the years is getting people in the mode that we do have spring training here in February.
We do, which for us is normal because this is our perfect weather season, but for everyone else in the nation, it's like, why are you having baseball in February? Jeff, talk about your passion for baseball and kind of how it got you involved into the Cactus League to become president.
Well, I grew up in a small town in North Dakota, Fargo, and Roger Maris was from Fargo, and he was a Yankee, but I just followed him as a career, so I wore that number during, growing up in the sport, have a passion for baseball. And when I came to the Valley here, I was fortunate to become a Scottsdale Charro in the mid-'90s, and from there was a baseball chair in the early 2000s, and led to my involvement in the Cactus League over the years, and it's become a passion of mine to be involved.
I love that. From an economic and community standpoint, talk about what spring training really does for Scottsdale beyond just the fans and an influx of, tourists.
Well, the impact on Scottsdale is huge. It's tremendous. We don't have that information really broken out by the communities, but I can tell you overall that we had some from 2023. We have some information from an Arizona State University study that generated about $418 million for Arizona gross domestic product.
Wow.
And overall, $710 million of statewide economic impact. So it's pretty tremendous.
Huge.
Here.
Listen, my parents are trying to come in because that spring break for the school district is mid-March, and my parents were coming in to visit. There was nowhere for them to stay. They found one hotel room left. Even the people forgot what was going on, the flights and everything. So it is a big thing that really brings everyone to the city. But it started, like you said, with the Cleveland Guardians now, and then the San Francisco Giants. The San Francisco Giants are here in Scottsdale. That's our team with the Scottsdale Stadium. Let's talk about what that Scottsdale Stadium really did to launch and put the Cactus League and spring training on the map, because the Charros are a huge part of that.
Yeah, so in the mid-'50s, the Charros started their organization in 1961, and in the mid-'50s, there was a civic group, Scottsdale Civic Coordinating Council, that purchased 10 acres of land at Osborne and Civic Center right now, be on the northeast corner. And that developed over the years. February '56 is when the Orioles basically came to town that year, and although the Charros weren't in existence yet at that point in time, just started that marriage in Scottsdale. And of course, you've got some establishments, the Pink Pony, was around back in the '50s, which generated a lot of nightlife for Scottsdale. And over the years, John and Charlie's, of course, known for years. It's just recently closed here in the last few years.
Yeah.
But it's been a big part of the attractions that we have to offer here in Scottsdale.
It's a beautiful stadium, and it's a fun place. Talk about the planning. How does that grow? How do you guys start from the day that spring training ends to the beginning of the next year? Because I'm sure there's so much that goes into this to make it possible.
Here in Scottsdale?
Everywhere, yeah.
Okay. Well, I know in Scottsdale, we're setting up for the Charro Lodge,
Yeah.
which is a big area, hospitality area we have out in right field. And the setup is actually this Friday, Saturday. I just saw some emails on that. we kicked off for the Cactus League yesterday. We had held a golf tournament up at Greyhawk Golf Club.
Yep.
And it was a great event for the Valley. And, it's our first year, but we had the great
great.
participation with some corporate sponsors and all driven around sports and tourism, which was fabulous. So we kicked off there, and then we have our first game February 20th this year. It's a Friday, and then finish on March 24th.
It's a big season for you guys. About how many games do you guys have in the Cactus League? Do you know? And I'm going to throw a math question at you.
Gosh, the total quantity of games, I'm guessing, is a 275 range.
And how many do you attend?
I hope to get to 20 to 25
Wow.
during the season.
Do you have a favorite team that you like to go see?
Well, I'm an Arizona Diamondbacks season ticket holder.
I mean, listen, I know, and you have favoritism to the Charros. I get all that, very fair. But yeah, who do you like
and the
to-
Giants organization is fabulous to
Yeah.
work with. So, they've been in Scottsdale since 1984. So, gotten to know quite a few folks,
Yeah,
part of their organization over the years.
I love
Been
it.
great.
What's something that most people may not realize about the Cactus League and what it takes to put on spring training?
The effort behind the scenes and getting the facilities ready
Yeah.
for the season. Each municipality and they have their booster groups as well that support the teams, and there's a lot of work behind the scenes that helps put things together. And you're making me think about the strike year, which was everything was ready, and then of course we didn't have control of that.
That's right.
In 2022, so that hoping that there's not a strike after this next season, which is on.
I wasn't gonna
potentially
scare
on
us.
the table, but we'll hopefully avoid that. And
Yeah.
this will come together for this next year.
What are some growth plans? What does the future look like for the Cactus League and here in the town?
Well, in the past, we've been fortunate to be part of Proposition 302, which is there's been a funding mechanism for the Cactus League, which also was part of the building of the Cardinal Stadium, State Farm Stadium, and it supports the Arizona Office of Tourism, the Cactus League, and there's some youth and amateur sports components as part of that. The sunset on that Prop 302 is in 2031, and so next few years we need to start working on a plan to get those tax dollars back to use to be able to help facilitate the renovational needs that we'll need for these facilities for
Yeah.
the next 20 or 30 years.
Do you think that there's plans to bring more teams here?
There is some conversation about an expansion team.
Okay.
There are 2 expansion teams, and if the nod goes that direction, then I think the thought process would be one team would go to Florida and one would come to Arizona.
Okay.
But I think at this stage it's too early to tell what markets that might be.
Okay. That'll be interesting. It'll be fun. What is one of your favorite memories of baseball season here in spring training?
Well, one of the ingredients we've added the last few years, I think 2014 was the first year of the Cactus League Hall of Fame, and being able to look at the enriched history we have of who's participated and who's contributed to spring training in the Cactus League around the Valley, and bringing back some of the players that played part of the game and America's pastime, which is really cool.
I love it. Do you have a favorite game or something that a fond memory of anything specific, or a player that you got to see here that you're like, wow?
Nothing stands out specifically just over the years, but there've been so many great thoughts and
Memories and
memories and entertainment that I've had. So
I love it. For someone who's new visiting, what is your advice of how to fit in all the stadiums or fit in the games? What would be your guidance and advice to that?
Well, we have all the games posted on cactusleague.com, our website, and the best news about that is the facilities are only the longest distance, I think, is an hour and 10 minutes apart from Surprise to Sloan Park and Mesa, or Holcomb and Mesa. So if you put a schedule together, you could actually catch a couple games each day if you're a true baseball fan, which is really neat.
Which we have a lot that fly in that are like that.
Yes. So, and then of course taking the restaurants in, and you know, it's can meet anybody's desires and budgets from that respect around the valley.
Yeah.
And then, you know, even out of town. I mean, of course, golf. I mean, I brought that up. We had the tournament yesterday, but the golf courses are fabulous around town. And just, you know, one of the silhouettes of Scottsdale Stadium is the fact that we have Camelback Mountain right in the background there, and being able to hike that and other parts of the valley in respect to some of the great opportunities we have there for the terrain. And out of state, you know, not out of state, but out of town, I would think, you know, traveling to Sedona or the Grand Canyon, or heading to the wine country down south, southern Arizona. So there's some great attributes.
So come and get some baseball and then go tour the state. I love it.
Exactly.
Talk about really, because you did mention we have, you know, stadiums in Surprise, Mesa, Peoria, Scottsdale. I mean, they're all over. How do you work with the other cities in the valley as a league like that?
Well, we're fortunate that in 2017 we brought on an executive director who serves as one voice of the Cactus League, and she's been Bridget Binsbacher. She's been fabulous representing the Cactus League as a whole, and she's our voice. In fact, she was up yesterday in front of the group for the tournament and talking about what's in store for us this season, and she's the glue for us and pulls everything together for all the teams and the municipalities and the booster groups around the valley.
That's awesome. I love it. I interviewed her a few years ago. She's great. Yeah, very nice. Before we leave, I want to ask you, what is your favorite Scottsdale vibe?
The golf courses.
Yeah?
Yeah, I would say.
Do you have
the
a favorite one?
The TPC. I've spent some time up there this week.
I bet you did. You and half a quarter other million people.
Exactly. I was up there for a few. Whisper Rock is you know, an opportunity to play up there occasionally. That's what a fabulous golf course that is.
I love that. So golf. I'm the kind of person I'll dress the part, but I'm not going to play. Yeah. That's half the battle, I feel like. All right, well, go check out. We have all the information on their website at cactusleague.com for where you can find all your games. And like Jeff said, you have time to go see many games in one day if you do that. But be safe and get there safely. We don't need any accidents on there. But before we talk about what else is going on, let's talk about Sean Shackleton, our favorite real estate agent. Buying and selling a home can be frustrating and stressful, but Sean Shackleton with the Shackleton Group is here to change that. With 26 years of expertise and a true understanding of today's market, Sean works tirelessly to get you the home you deserve. She really has her finger on the pulse of the different Scottsdale neighborhoods and knows the community well. Don't settle for less or get stuck in confusion. Give Sean a call at 480-734-7277 or visit her at theshackletongroup.com and make your next move a winning one. Well, 2026 Cactus League is officially starting on February 20th. Again, cactusleague.com to find out where all of the games are listed. Arizona's Sun Circuit Quarter Horse Show is happening Friday, February 27th at Westworld of Scottsdale. It's the largest AQHA circuit in the world with a class for every exhibitor at every level. So come enjoy the atmosphere if you're a horse lover. And then they're doing a fun thing at the Scottsdale Civic Center Plaza on February 28th at 7 p.m. where they are having a League of Their Own spring training movie night. So grab a blanket, friends and family, and enjoy a show under the stars of a League of Their Own. So get there early and grab a sweet treat and cozy before the lawn gets busy. Have a wonderful week, Scottsdale. Keep vibing, and I'll see you around town.